So we're here at Yesterday's Fits, which is a vintage shop here in Vegas where you can buy, trade, and resell clothing and shoes. We're gonna meet Jesse and Austin, who are really young dudes who have already sold millions of dollars in vintage apparel. And they're gonna tell us how you can get started thrifting today as a side hustle, and I'm also gonna give them some advice on how they can scale this business to the next level. So let's go take a look. How's it going, brother? Good, man. Dude, these are nice shirts.
Appreciate it, man.
Dude, how much does this shirt run?
About 500.
500 bucks for that. What did you pay for it?
About 100?
Yeah, I was thinking 120, something in there.
We pay up a little bit more than a normal thrift price, but
also had it for a long time, so.
I would have never imagined that kind of shirt's 500 bucks.
Yeah.
How much is this shirt?
We'd put it in here for probably about 200 bucks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Crazy how much money there is. You could find this stuff at garage sales and whatever.
Literally.
Garage sales, thrift stores.
Yeah.
Storage units, all
Trash
kinds of
cans.
places.
Trash cans.
Everywhere.
Dude, so you got a ton of stuff going on in the store. Like, show me around. What's going on here?
So pretty much this is gonna be our pre-owned Jordan wall.
Okay.
So everything's in order, ones all the way up to, we got a 14 down there.
So no Yeezys over here.
Nope.
No
Then
Yeezys.
we got all these clothes are gonna be, we got them sectioned off like band tees, movie tees, like some Grateful Dead stuff.
Okay.
We've got like a $10 and $20 rack up at the front, so.
Okay, that's where I'll be hanging out.
Right.
Okay.
We got a bunch more pre-owned shoes up here. We got our basketball shoes, our Air Maxes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Circle around into here. All of our winter wear is gonna be up top. We got all of our sports sections right here.
Okay.
Over here we got all of our brand new shoes.
Okay.
So wrap all those up, and then this is gonna be our streetwear hype stuff like Supreme, Bape, Fear of God, stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was looking at some of these a minute ago.
Awesome.
I might be walking out with some. So it looks like you got the Yeezys over here.
Yeah, so we got Yeezys, our Nike Dunks, which are super, super popular right now.
Yeah.
Some of our higher end like player edition stuff going up here, some Off-White, just a bunch of different stuff. We got some original samples up top too.
The old school snapbacks.
Yep.
These are sick.
All 80s and 90s hats down here.
Yeah.
And then we have like our top tier shelf right here of just, we got some Travis Scott, some Off-White, just different collabs, stuff like that.
What's the most expensive shoe in here?
You're looking at the Oregon 3s.
How much are those?
5,000.
5,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So those are player samples, so you had to be on the team in the year to be able to get them.
That's crazy, man. So obviously, not only with everything you've got here, you did a great job designing it. I love the
Appreciate that,
turf, the brick. Looks good, man.
We just wanted it to be a little bit different than everybody else. That's so.
Yeah.
Through the grass on the wall and stuff like that.
I think it's cool.
Midwest, East
Appreciate it.
Coast vibe.
Yeah.
Well, and it's sporty, right? This is like a
Exactly.
Very
sports
much
store.
so.
Yep.
So, all right. So, how did you guys get started in all this?
Long story short, we were 4 and 6. He was 4, I was 6. My parents taught us how to resell on eBay.
As a 6-year-old in kindergarten, you're reselling on eBay.
Yeah, pretty much. We would take all the photos.
Instead of getting like chore money or stuff like that, we would get $1 per listing.
Yeah.
So no matter how many we did, we'd get that little bit of money. So we had our hustle. If we wanted to spend $20 the next day, we knew we had to make or list 20 items.
That's insane. That's the first. I've never heard of an entrepreneur at 4 years old.
Yeah, but
started young.
It really was just like our parents needed help, and that was we had no idea how much help it actually was at the time, but it ended up teaching us a lot more and created what we did today. But we started taking it really, really seriously about 10 years ago. I was a freshman in high school. He was in 7th grade, 8th grade, and I fell in love with clothing and started reselling just the stuff that I loved, and he fell in love with shoes. And so we just started reselling that, would sell to Buffalo Exchange, Plato's Closet, like stuff like that, alongside of selling to on eBay and online platforms. And then we opened the store in May of 2017. The end of 2016, we did a few pop-ups, and that was really where it was like, okay, we can do this. We did pop-ups. Our first one, I think we made like $3,000 in a day. And then the next one we did like 4,000. The next one we did 5,000, just to kind of keep it easy. But we had jobs that we just were tired of working at, and
figured instead of making money for someone else, might as well make it for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, you guys have done a great job opening this store, and I'm sure it's a lot different today having employees in a store and running it as a legit business when, you know, it grew up as kind of a side hustle, right?
Yeah.
So for everyone watching, how would somebody get started thrifting?
You just go to the thrift stores and
if you don't know
learn,
something,
and
if something looks cool and you don't know it, look it up on eBay.
And eBay is like the biggest tool out there because you can quite literally sell anything on there. But like,
look up values of
for
anything.
example, like Disney tees are super in right now, right? So let's say you're at the thrift store, you see something like this, you're like, oh, it's a cool graphic. You see that the tag, it looks older, and you just pull it out. You try to find something similar on eBay, and for instance, our profit margins and everything are different per piece. But if you go on there, and most of the time at a thrift store, a tee is $2, $3, $4, and you see something selling,
max $10.
You see that something selling for $20, $30, $40. Like, why wouldn't you buy
You're
that?
tripling your money.
Exactly, on the low end. And so it's just about consistency. It's about just getting out there, and especially in Vegas, if anybody's watching here, like we have at least 15 to 20 thrift stores out here.
Yeah.
So you can make
and there's
a
yard
day
sales
and yard
everywhere,
sales
every weekend.
And even like how you started just going through on Craigslist and stuff like that. Like that.
How much do you think somebody could make if they just hustled at it by themselves per month?
I'll even break it down to a day. We have guys that literally go thrifting all day, every day. They sell their high-end items on their own. So the stuff that sells for like $100 or more, they usually sell that on eBay or whatever. But everything else that they bring us, and we're cashing them out $80 to $200 a day. And that's with them keeping in mind that we have to make money too. So that's like
them. Even with us, when us cashing them out at that, they're still doubling minimum what they spent that morning.
And I didn't even think about that with thrifting, where you're not just having to resell it yourself and get top dollar. Like they could literally go thrift today, come in here an hour later, sell it, make a couple $100 and bounce.
And that's what they do. And not every day is like that. Some days they make $30 on top of what they spent after a whole day's work, which sucks. But then the next day we've
cashed them out $1,000 when they spent $20 that day.
Yeah, like
they found that one good piece, and then we're done for the day.
So to me, it seems like with thrifting, there's a lot of opportunity in these shirts and stuff because people don't think they're valuable. To me, I would never look at this Mickey shirt and I'm like, oh, dude, I could go make a lot of money on this. But you got it priced at $40.
Yeah.
They probably got it for $5.
If that. Yeah. Like. And even like looking at places like us, like we have a $10 and $20 rack, and a lot of these pieces we could sell for $20, $30, $40, $50, but it's just like we want to give people a chance to make some money also.
So it's just like real estate, man, because I sell people deals, they sell me deals, we all make money together.
It's resellers selling to resellers selling to resellers. To sell back to another reseller.
Right.
Yeah. So I've done a sneaker flipping video before for this series, and you know, it seems like a lot of these used sneakers and stuff, they try and kind of double their money for the most part. Is that pretty standard?
Yeah.
Cool.
I would even say like a lot of times if you're doubling and can move it quick, like
with sneakers, if you can double your money, you're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So what about the new section? Like, how are you making money on new since you're probably paying MSRP?
So for us, a lot of times we're even having to pay over MSRP because of whatever market value is. But let's just say for someone that's watching this that wants to kind of get into it, like, for example, this shoe was very hard to get.
Yeah.
But it did release at a retail cost.
Retail's under $200.
It was like $190 plus shipping or whatever like that. We have these priced at $1,900.
Gee,
so
why is this not on top shelf, dude?
Right, but this is something that, like, regardless of what we paid the the person that sold it to us, you can see the difference of $190 to $1,900.
Yeah, this is market value.
Instantly, you get that. That's guaranteed money for you.
And that's why all these guys are trying to get on the apps and win the lotteries and wait in line.
Buying bots and trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing that on all the resale markets with watches, with used cars.
Baseball cards, like we kind of talked about
Baseball
earlier,
cards.
Like everything.
So it seems pretty easy to become a thrifter. Go to these stores, go to garage sales, go resell them to either another reseller or on eBay direct, and you can make some pretty easy money. But for you guys today, what does your business look like now?
We don't thrift anymore.
Yeah, you ain't out there hustling anymore.
But a lot of it is just we're a buy sell trade, so people bring us stuff in, and it basically is just this ongoing cycle of new inventory. We price it, we post it, we get it out on the sales floor.
A lot of the backhand stuff now.
Yeah.
Now that we're not actually out there thrifting ourselves, we're doing everything that it takes after that.
We're doing the selling part.
Yeah. So this isn't a very big store, but you got a lot of inventory and everything. Like, how much are you selling a month?
Roughly about 100,000 between what we do in store, online, on a few different platforms.
Okay. And what would you say is the typical profit margin on that?
Depending on the piece, but overall anywhere from, let's just say 40 to 60%.
Okay.
Clothing we usually make a little bit more on.
That's more 60 size, shoes more 40 size. Yeah.
So you guys are killing it. I mean, to have 50% profit margins, you know, on over 100,000 in revenue, man. And you guys are so young, dude. I just want to give you guys, you guys are crushing it, man.
Thank you.
So already doing so well, what's it gonna take to get to the next level?
More space.
Yeah.
Like you kind of mentioned, the store is not that big. We've pretty much crammed as much into this sales floor as we can, but I think that's our biggest thing because inventory is not an issue.
Yeah.
We have outlets, we have ways of getting stuff. It's just having the space to sell it and present it.
So where are you holding the inventory that's not on the floor yet?
Behind that door and upstairs.
We have a storage unit,
storage
a box
unit.
truck.
Let's take a look at what inventory looks like.
All right. So we run into the issue where like this is what we're getting on pretty much a daily basis, where we could have a $500 shirt like the one he's wearing literally stuck down here, but because we're getting so much stuff every single day, it may take us like a week or 2 weeks to even get to that.
So how long will it take for this to finally get to the sales floor?
If it's on the top like that, usually about
a
day or two, maybe max 3 days. But
Right.
The clothes we can usually get through pretty quick. It's just we price it gets taken upstairs, it gets listed, and then usually hits
down
the
here,
sales floor.
barcoded, and then hit sales floor.
Yep.
All right, let me see what upstairs looks like.
So this space up here is where we keep the other shoe from what's downstairs, and then it's our backstock space for just some extra inventory, and then what we have
eBay.
listed on eBay.
Okay, got it. So the big problem I see here is it's one, super unorganized, right? Yeah. You wouldn't even know if I took a jacket,
No.
right? You'd have no idea. So that's a problem, and you know, I'm sure you got great employees, but you know, that's a thing.
It happens.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a way to organize the brand new inventory that comes in. Second problem is you literally just are doing the max you can do.
Yeah, and that's
You
what
can't get
runs
anything
in
else.
To the problem with the organization thing is it's like we'll come up here once a month, organize everything to the best of our ability, but there's quite literally no space.
Well, and you just get new stuff every day. So it's
Yeah.
like this, you're on the hamster wheel over and over again. All right, I got a good idea of what you got going on now. The question is, how much inventory do you think you could get?
As much as we
Endless.
needed.
Like, I guess,
Endless.
how many
Like,
times your current inventory could you get?
realistically, probably like 5 to 10.
5 to 10 times. Okay. So would you have the money to buy all that inventory?
Yeah.
You guys could afford it. So the matter is space then.
Yeah.
And then you'll need people to handle all that inventory,
Correct.
to price it, to do everything. So I think first thing you gotta do is find new space.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need another storefront. You know, I think that if you just get a warehouse, which is really cheap, somebody there to just hold everything, you can just sell everything from the warehouse direct on eBay. It doesn't need to be sold here.
Yeah.
What I would do is have like your best of the best
The
stuff here.
premium stuff.
Make this as like the showroom, but then people know too that, hey, this isn't all we got. This is like a 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you want other stuff, we can go get you it down the street.
Yeah.
That would be the first thing I do.
Okay.
The other big part you're missing out on is consignment. Because right now you're buying all the inventory, you own it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Why don't you do consignment?
Before, we didn't want to be responsible for other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just the straight up honest answer. Just we weren't in the best location when we first started. This is actually our second location we moved over here. It was just really, really, it wasn't safe,
Yeah.
honestly. And we were just so afraid of having thousands and thousands of dollars worth of other people's inventory and us being responsible for it.
And I think, you know, it's easy to be scared of those types of things. I see a lot of people in real estate, they're like, dude, what if someone breaks in my house? What if it catches on fire? Like, what if, right?
Yeah.
Well, one, there's a reason we have insurance,
Yeah.
right? So that could cover some of those, you know, issues. But two, you know, I know you're thinking that if somebody gives you a jacket that you're promising to sell for $100, that, hey, if someone steals it, you owe them $100.
Yeah.
Like, you could work it into your contract where you're saying, hey, look, you know, if it gets stolen or something happens, we're not liable.
Yeah.
Or you're getting $20 in the very worst case.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't feel like, man, I can't do this because this might happen.
I feel like it's something that's hindered us for a long time. We've been open 4 years and it's happened twice. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's just,
saying?
it's gonna happen,
yeah.
but it's so rare that
Yeah.
it's just part of doing business.
Right.
I used to have a fear of flipping in higher crime areas.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, my house is gonna get broken into, people are gonna squat. And then I started doing it and I realized it was unjustified.
It doesn't
It's
happen.
so
Yeah.
rare. And when it does happen, it happens.
Yeah.
But when you look at
there's nothing you
everything,
can do about it.
it was worth it.
Yeah.
So I think you for sure got to start looking at consignment. Because now you just said you could get 5 to 10 times more inventory.
Yeah.
How much could you get if you do consignment?
Probably double that even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. So now you're thinking, okay, we do $100K a month right now in this one location.
Add that, we can do
At the
200.
brand.
Immediately.
Well,
Like,
no, you just told me you could do 10 times this with just buying, add consignment. You're talking 20 times this. You could be making $2 million a month.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And you know, you're not going to have the same profit margins
Yeah, right.
as you get bigger, but you know what? If you had a 25% profit margin at $2 million a month,
Yeah,
making
I'll take that.
$500,000
Take
bucks.
that all
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually really like that idea, and it's something that we'll probably really consider. But we wanted to get your opinion on something. We're actually looking at working with a couple other people and opening a store down in Florida,
Okay.
in Miami actually, and just kind
Kinda
of
wanna
wondering
see
what you
your
think.
opinion
Yeah.
is.
You know, it's going to add a lot of complexity.
Yeah.
When I flip houses in other states, it's always way harder
Yeah.
than doing it here. I think that's great. You know, you're going to kind of run into this same situation
Yeah.
where you fill up that store and it does great.
Yeah.
But if you kind of just go the route we're talking, where you get this giant warehouse and you focus on more online,
Yeah.
and then this is like the show store, you're gonna make way more, and it's gonna be way easier to control with it all right here.
Less overhead too, I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't have a problem with opening up the second store. Miami's a great location. There's all these people looking for this stuff out there, so it could give you good East Coast, West Coast presence. But it doesn't negate the fact that you need a warehouse somewhere
Yeah.
to really
Space.
scale it up.
That
So
would boost our inventory by 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
for sure, dude, I've been looking at your inventory. What is this shoe gonna cost?
For you, our cost.
Yeah. So we have this in store at 180. It's whatever you
Give me $100.
$100. All right, I'm gonna give you $100. I'm gonna
Sweet.
take this one home.
Perfect.
Appreciate you guys,
Appreciate it,
dude. It's been fun. Guys, make sure you check out yesterday's fits. These two are killing it. They're about to take it to a whole nother level and get out there and thrift. We'll see you later. Oh, dude, you guys got Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff too?
Yeah, man.
That's tight.
Told you we do the cards too.
I
bro.
got suspended for selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was in school.
I almost did.
I got suspended for selling Pokemon
Yeah, I was
cards
gonna
on
say
the
you got in
bus.
trouble on the bus. Yeah.
I don't get why they suspend you for being an entrepreneur, but I guess America's kind of doing that now too
It's
anyway.
like children's money.